I just know everybody wants to get. Everyone wants to. Did the Democrats make their case?
Yes, they did, and they did so overwhelmingly. In fact, I'm a former federal prosecutor, former attorney general. If I had this case, I would take it to a jury, and beyond a reasonable doubt, I would get conviction if I had an unbiased jury. We do not have an unbiased jury in this case, which is the Senate. They have already made up their mind. So in this case, I think it's important that we consider, as Democrats, slowing our roll just a little bit. I was glad to hear Adam Schiff saying that there is other information, that this isn't necessarily going to be the end of things. There are some people who are saying, hey, before you toss it over to the Senate, why don't you take your vote on what you've heard and just hold it, seal it, if you will, like a sealed indictment. Don't bring it to trial just yet until you've gathered what you really think will be necessary to convince the jury that has already made up its mind. I don't think we're there yet.
Senator, what do you think?
I don't think they've made their case. I would point people, if they haven't read it, to Ron Johnson's letter. I thought it was a very important letter where he laid out really the underlying reason that I believe President Trump wasn't doing this. But I won't get into the details of that. I want to really focus on what Jennifer said. Sitting here, listening to Adam Schiff brought back horrible memories for me, because the words he used were almost verbatim what I used and so many Republicans used, which is we have our constitutional duty to do when it came to Bill Clinton back in 1998 and 1999. And in that case, all Democrats agreed with the facts. Every Democrat agreed what the president did was illegal. He perjured himself. Everyone agreed with that. Everyone agreed that he had done a whole bunch of other things that were wrong. And, in fact, went to the Senate floor, Joe Lieberman, I remember, and called for censure of the president. That it just, it's illegal, but it doesn't rise to the level of impeachment. And I think what the Democrats are doing the same, unfortunate folly that Republicans did back in the 1990s, which is it's our duty and, this is a bad guy and we've got to hold him to the highest standard. Instead of saying, what he did was wrong. There obviously is not there's no compelling case to move forward in the Senate. The Senate's not going to do this. And should we take a step back and say, maybe if we move for a censure, we might get some bipartisan support of this.
So let me just ask you, Congresswoman Love, because that's a fair criticism from Senator Santorum about the Democrats, but couldn't you also apply that to the Republicans?